6 Amazing, strangest things discovered in space. Number 6. A planet of burning ice. Gliese 436b, or the planet of burning ice, is one of the most exotic contradictions within the realm of human knowledge, for it is known to literally be a planet coated by flaming ice. Gliese 436b is known to be one of the smallest exoplanets, with a mass and radius very close to those of Neptune, as was discovered by R. Paul Butler and Jeffrey Marcy in 2004. The exoplanet travels extremely close to its host star. It travels at a distance of 4 million kilometers from its star. Scientists have estimated that the average surface temperature of the planet is 439 degrees Celsius. The most interesting statement about the planet was that it is covered with a layer of hot ice, which is one of the several exotic forms water can take under extremely high pressure. Scientists say that, because of the extreme gravity and intense pressure inside, the water transformed into exotic ice. Number 5. The universe's largest water reservoir. Located over 12 billion light years away, exists the most massive water reservoir in existence, which contains almost 140 trillion times the amount of water in all of Earth's oceans combined. The water surrounds a huge, feeding black hole, called a quasar, more than 12 billion light years away. The environment around this quasar is very unique, in that it's producing this huge mass of water. It's another demonstration that water is pervasive throughout the universe. Astronomers expected water vapor to be present even in the early, distant universe, but had not detected it this far away before. There's water vapor in the Milky Way, although the total amount is 4,000 times less than in the quasar, because most of the Milky Way's water is frozen in ice. It's so strange to know that water, the lifeline of humanity, can suddenly become worthy of science fiction. Number 4. Alcohol cloud. Cosmic cloud contains enough alcohol to keep the whole world drinking for a billion years. 10,000 light years from Earth in a constellation far, far away, there is a massive cloud of alcohol. It's space booze. It might seem strange that there are alcohol clouds in space, but a great deal of complex molecular chemistry goes on between the molecular clouds and dust in outer space, and all sorts of chemical compounds exist there. Alcohol is a relatively simple molecule, made of relatively abundant element, hydrogen, carbon, oxygen, so it shouldn't be surprising that it exists in large quantities in space. Discovered in 1995 near the constellation Aquila, the cloud is 1,000 times larger than the diameter of our solar system. It contains enough ethyl alcohol to fill 400 trillion pints of beer. To down that much alcohol, every person on Earth would have to drink 300,000 pints each day for 1 billion years. Most of the ethanol out there is in gas clouds, so it's still easier to get a drink at home. It's still amazing the kind of stuff that can be formed out in space, simply because of the nearly limitless possible ways for simple molecules to get together, while being put through freezing temperatures, boiling heat, and the tiny motes of dust that fly in the void. Number 3. Galactic Cannibalism. Galactic cannibalism is the collision of two galaxies and the subsequent absorption of parts of one into the other. Large galaxies grow by attracting small galaxies as they pass nearby. The Milky Way, our own galaxy, practices this kind of galactic cannibalism, absorbing smaller galaxies captured by the gravitational force of the Milky Way. In fact, this practice is common throughout the universe. Galactic cannibalism doesn't just distort galaxies, though it births new stars. Major components of galaxies are clouds. When galactic clouds collide, stars are born. We can look at our own solar system, the Milky Way, to get an example of this. The Milky Way is comprised of two parts, a disk and a halo. Most of the stars in the disk are relatively young, and were likely formed in the Milky Way itself. The stars in the halo, on the other hand, are much older, more ancient stars. Most scientists believe that these ancient halo stars were formed in neighboring systems or galaxies, but were sucked into the Milky Way due to its larger gravitational pull. Understanding galactic cannibalism helps to answer questions about our own solar system as well, particularly about whether our solar system is ordinary or unique. By understanding that, we could gain more insight into the possibility of another planet like Earth. Number 2. Trifid Nebula. Messier 20, or M20, also known as the Trifid Nebula, is a famous star-forming region located in the constellation Sagittarius. It is a large H-second region that is bright enough to be viewed with binoculars. It gets its name Trifid from its 3 visible dust lanes. Messier 20 is a popular target for amateur astronomers as it is quite bright, even when seen through a small telescope. It has an apparent magnitude of 6.3 and lies at an approximate distance of 5,200 light-years, or 1,600 parsecs, from Earth. M20 has a linear diameter of over 40 light-years, and is only 300,000 years old. The Trifid Nebula can be found about 2 degrees to the northwest of the larger and brighter Lagoon Nebula, Messier 8, and appears in the same field of view as the open cluster Messier 21. Messier 20 was famously photographed by the Hubble Space Telescope in 1997. The images revealed a dense cloud of gas and dust in the process of forming new stars. Many embryonic stars were found within the cloud, which lies roughly 8 light-years from M20's central star. Number 1. Pillars of Creation. These towering tendrils of cosmic dust and gas sit at the heart of M16, or the Eagle Nebula. The aptly named Pillars of Creation, featured in this stunning Hubble image, are part of an active star-forming region within the nebula, and hide newborn stars in their wispy columns. These pillars were, for the first time, photographed in 1995 by the celebrated Hubble Space Telescope. The people who took the photograph were Paul Scown and Jeff Hester. These pillars span a large region of our local neighborhood. It's hard to fathom the true size of the pillars. What looks like an image of dark clouds is actually about 10 light-years across. The Eagle Nebula is only about 7,000 light-years away, so we are able to get a good view of this region. We can see regions where stars are being formed, and regions where gas and dust are being pushed away by intense radiation. Because of this, the pillars are shifting, though on a very slow time scale. Don't forget to subscribe, and press the bell icon for more.